Okay.
But I was watching last night. I was watching the premiere episode of Big Brother, and I got upset. I don't know why I tend to let this bother me, but I hate watching mainstream TV and seeing the representation of minorities in these shows. And the problem is, the thing that makes me mad is because we, as minorities, watch these shows and get into them, and there's no representation of us on there whatsoever. I watched on there, okay, now, the only thing they had as a minority was they had a whole bunch of Puerto Ricans that looked white. They had one lesbian, but she was a rocker chick. And then they had one black chick on there, but she was like in an interracial relationship, and she was like the first person to get voted off. And I'm like, every time I'm a faithful Big Brother watcher, and I watch, but there has never been a real black person, Puerto Rican person, a gay person on there. The gay person on there, he looked like he was post-op. He really did. He was like, he was like a Caucasian gay with long hair with fishnet shirts on. Not every gay dresses like that.
That's not a post-op gay. That's Boy George.
Whatever the hell it was, that thing it really burns me up because it's like,
right, cause I remember.
I would like to watch a show on CBS, ABC, or NBC that really represents a real American. Because a real American is not blue, blue-eyed and blonde-haired. It's not, and it kind of bothers me.
I never knew they existed.
They did that though, and they made it like, because he didn't. It was like episodes and episodes, and they made it seem like there's someone on this cast that's gay, right? But you had to guess.
Which one?
Karamo.
Oh my God, Karamo was so.
There were
oh
two
my
gay
God.
people on that season of Real World Philadelphia. There was Willie and there was Karamo.
Karamo, no, Willie was the girl, right?
Willie was from Ghost Rider.
Right. Willie was cute too.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, Willie was fine, but it was the one that I think I forgot her name was, but the one I think it was like Amanda or something like that. But she was the one she was like brown skin and she had the glasses and she was a lesbian. She was cool, like she was a real person, but like, and I don't even watch MTV no more.
All of them. Kawana could have had all.
My all-time favorite.
I said that same thing.
Crush from the real world was Danny from New Orleans.
Really?
I was in love with some Danny.
But then it was like, yeah, you even said that like there's no Cosby. Like they was talking about how the Cosby Show was so big, and why is there not a TV show that represents the same role that the Cosby did back then? The closest thing we had was My Wife and Kids. That was cute.
I did not like that show.
You ain't like it? I loved My Wife and Kids. Like I honestly believe that it should never ended. But then past that, you don't really have you don't have a lot of representation.
My mom went in on
minorities.
My mom, she went in on My Wife and Kids. She said, how do we act white but still show that we're down? That's what she said about My Wife and Kids.
Everybody Hates Chris makes a very good picture of that. I'm sorry, but they need one of those.
Also showing
they need one of those.
Black people's side of being educated and speaking and actually speaking properly and enunciating and actually, I guess, knowing what they're talking about and like being educated black people. You don't really come across too much of that in everyday normal society. I mean, some places you might, but in most urban societies you really don't for real. So I guess for some people looking at stuff like that on TV, it ain't phony to them.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think that the urban community should just be slighted to just BET. Like, that's unrealistic.
And BET is not a good example.
And BET is not a good example at all.
I can't take some real extra ghetto stuff. Like
I can't.
I like the Parkers, but I can't watch like a Parkers marathon.
Okay, see now I can watch a Parkers marathon because I know that I have friends that are just as dumb as Kim. Now, mind you, if you catch me on a good day when I feel like being silly, I'll be just as dumb as Kim sometimes.
You give me Living Single with a different world.
Like even Fresh Prince was okay, but you knew it was like a sitcom. Stuff like that, but it was still funny, but it still touched on real world issues. You don't have nothing like that mainstream on TV at all.
I don't think they necessarily do that with a lot of races. You know what I mean?
People don't want to watch those more.
All these Real Housewives shows, those women aren't real.
Not at all. Not at all. But see, that brings back to the thing when I was saying that I said we as Americans love fucked up shit. We have fucked up senses of minds because the most raunchiest stuff we find entertaining. And it says a lot about, us as Americans, because I'm pretty sure there are people in other countries laughing their head off at us.
No,
so
I mean, I think that everybody finds like certain stuff entertaining. I mean, pretty much the same stuff entertaining. It's just the matter of how what you view as entertaining and what you view and what you do in real life. Is, you can make a distinction, because like what's funny on TV is not funny in real life, pretty much always.
yeah,
In every situation.
And vice versa. You put something funny in real life on TV, meant to be funny.
I've recently become fond of Dallas because I love J.R. Ewing is fucking fierce. Like, bitch, like, he be straight like,
J.R. Ewing fierce
he be
as
straight
shit.
like, bitch, like, I'm getting like, you know, like, all this shit is mine and I'm doing what I gotta do to, you know, do whatever. But I would never, like, I've never been like that type of mean-spirited person where I could be like, take like a company from my brother or something like that, or like, you know, see him assed out or some shit like that, or move him out of his house. But the motherfucking show is the shit.
I just want to watch Big Brother and be able to see somebody real on there that I know actually represented me. That's all. I never see a representation of myself or anybody that I know on TV at all. So then I think to myself, why am I interested in watching this foolishness if nothing on it represents anything I'm used to doing? You said what?
I mean,
It's stupid.
when you watch reality TV, I mean, you won't see a lot of that because in reality TV, they pretty much want to do a lot of antics to get ratings and stuff like that.
But here's the thing, the key word of reality TV is real. Why is there nothing real in reality TV, but we love it? I don't understand that.
I think the term reality, these days, the term reality TV just more so means that it's filmed with like real life, with a real life camera, like up close and personal.
Yeah, I think it changed.
And it's not like ultimately rehearsed and everything like that. I think that's pretty much what the definition of reality TV.
Like, this show will probably never ever go mainstream because no one wants to talk about the shit that we talk about. It's normally swept under the rug. So I doubt it very ever seriously you do see James in front of a camera mainstreaming.
Behind the camera.
In front of the camera.
Right.
I mean, like, some of the stuff that we talk about is too big for Logo. Because, you know, Logo only talk about stereotypical gay shit. They don't talk about normal gay shit.
That's what pisses me off.
We are not represented. That's
Not even by our gay channel.
Yeah, we're not even represented by our own gay channel.
That's why I can't watch a lot of those movies sometimes because they say they like go a little cheesy to me.
It's so cheap. Oh my God, you ever watched the show, what's it called, 5 Gays, 1 Girl?
I chose not to watch it.
I used to watch it, but it seemed like it got a little, it started like...
The only show I thought I used to like on Logo was Coming Out.
So I got so many people on there right now, it's just like you can't really like... I don't really like get it like...
But see, even the coming out stories wasn't real like coming out stories. I was like...
I kind of felt comfortable with the little original case.
I don't see it. That's like a big gaping question mark over my head every time. It's like, it's different when you watch stuff on the C, and even stuff on the CW, I find it very hard to believe. Like, it's not believable. Like, sometimes when I watch Gossip Girl, I wonder, is this really how the Upper East Side works? But then it's like, when I really think about it, it depends. Because if, like, depending on how you live your life, you deal with some type of social hierarchy that you got to deal with to stay at the top. So it all depends on your lifestyle.
I believe in most fiction that I do and shit.
Oh yeah.
Reality for real. Cause I mean, shit. This man, when it comes to fiction, it's like a lot of different ways situations can go, which is the same in real life. As versus reality TV, when you know they just like, I'm just like, if Turn start arguing, I'm gonna punch him just to, you know, make it a hit, so we can be a hit this week. You feel me? And you know, versus just watching the show where it's just like, oh, these two brothers like really just had like, they had an altercation like me and my brother could have or have had, like, you know, in real life. It ain't like.
Doesn't call for
It's
a
like,
hoe.
I want to write a letter to Maury Povich. Can you write a new,
like,
can we get a different episode one day, please? Like, does it always have to be like my uncle's my baby's father, or who's the father of my, like, who, I don't care.
Who's the father of my 8 kids?
It's the same thing every day. Every day.
I think we should go on more.
Do they not have producers anymore? They just use the same storyline every time with different people?
It's just like that. what was that contest they had of Hot 97 with the Slat Fest? And this video has so many views, and I'm like, this is 15 minutes of watching people slap me. I watched it too, and I'm like,
I saw the guy. There was this guy. It was a guy from like New York. He was like a big Italian guy with like this kid that was like in the trailer park, a white kid like this big around. He slapped the shit out of that kid. I thought his head was gonna fly off his shoulders, and he started crying.
And I'm sitting up there.
You watched it.
I watched it over and over again.
I'm trying to tell you, I watched that whole 15-minute contest, and I'm like, oh my god, they slap this shit out of each other. This shit is hilarious. Why is this interesting to me? Like,
He busted that kid's lip without hitting him in the lip.
And it was interesting to you too. Fucked up state about it. Trying to tell you, we Americans, we ain't right. We Americans are not right in Haiti. But then I'm gonna think about it, and maybe it's not just as Americans. Back in the day, they had the Coliseum, where we had people fighting for the death with lines and shit. That's true too. And we was entertained then. So maybe we as humans are just barbaric.
I love to see them bitches brawl.
Because they didn't really have too much to be entertained.
Wait a second. Hold on.
Prehistoric shit.
Hold on.
Oh, that was TV for them?
I couldn't sit there and watch no shit like that.
The Romans had a lot to be entertained by.
I
mean, between the Coliseum and between having butt sex, there was a lot you could do in Rome. In fact, in Roman ancient Greece, it was looked highly upon to have a gay relationship over having a sexual relationship.
Yeah, but it wasn't all Coliseum
the more you know.
TV.
No, it wasn't on the Spike TV at all.
I don't get Spike TV.
Shut up! You want to talk about that? You want to talk about
No, I don't want to talk about that. I don't get Spike TV.
Rubology.
In fact, if you were a young 13 or 14-year-old boy, if you were a young 13 or 14-year-old boy in ancient Rome or Greece, your goal was to aspire to find a sugar daddy. That's what your goal was to be.
Hey.
Maybe I just didn't read my textbooks in history class, but
that's because he's seen too many episodes of that.
I don't think we learned wrong. Maybe it's another American thing.
I didn't stay long enough to be in history
like,
class. I didn't like the history
like
class.
The army and stuff like that. Like if you was a soldier, you had like your little ward or whatever who was like brought you your armor and stuff like that. And that's normally who you was probably fucking.
Oh, your squire, yeah, they bump uglies with your squire all the time.
Or if you
squire was the bottom.
No, but,
yeah, he was.
No, but if you were a politician. You were a politician.
He was a bottom until he got old enough to become a top.
All right now.
You're a politician.
And we're wrapping this topic up.
So I have this issue, and I want to bring it to everybody's attention. What is this thing about relationships that we have to have a relationship a set way?
You don't call it what you want. You don't want it to say it's a trust thing, but isn't it like a fear almost that if you do move together, it's gonna change that whatever dynamic.
I'm so sorry. You wanna talk about it? I'm not mad. Are you mad? And I'm like, why the fuck are you asking me about mad? If I was mad, you would know I was mad. So you know see what I'm saying? You gotta pick and choose your man.
And as for you, Mr. K. So if Question Mark drank the last bottle of water.
Listen. Okay.
He drinks out of your blue cup, and he's supposed to drink out of orange cup.
When you said that he had the red cup.
Boy.